Hello everyone, welcome to the daily analysis for GBP JPY, April 14th, 2009. It's currently 5:53 GMT. Looking at a weekly chart to start off, you have the daily channel visible on the weekly chart. I'm just going to show you the CCI trend line for right now. That's visible. Right now as it stands, the CCI trend line is broken. So starting next week, we might be looking at a possible short opportunity. There's going to be two opportunities, an early entry as well as a confirmed entry. Standing right now, the confirmed entry would be at that 145.70 level that was giving us support last week. So just showing that you guys that on the weekly chart. Going down to the daily chart, again, we're going to draw that 145.70 level support as well as the CCI trend line. There's no really need to draw it from the furthest peak right now just because they look very similar. And what happened last week was we had a break of the trend line right in this area, although it did not break the 145.70 support, which was needed to confirm the trend break in a bearish direction. Instead, what happened is we bounced off, and today we're sitting on the trend line again, although yesterday's daily candle was a very bullish engulfing candle, and it engulfed the last 4 days of trading last week. So the new trend right now, as I see it, is a bullish direction, so we should be thinking about bullish trades. Because we're trading in this channel, we can be thinking about bearish trades, but we need to wait a little bit. The optimal time to sell would be at the top of this channel around 153.74, 154. So if we reach 154 later this week, that would be a time when I'm starting to look for selling opportunities. Right now, I am looking for buying opportunities, especially with this bullish candle yesterday. So let's zoom in a little bit on the 4-hour chart. We have this 154 or 145.70 support. Trend line wise last week, I also drew this guy right here. It's about there. We had 1, 2, 3, 4. We kind of just bounced. Last Friday, we just kind of fizzled out. We did move down a little bit, but there was no real volatility, and we were trading in a range, and there was no major breakout in either direction. So the two key levels I had last week were 147.96 or the 148 area, which was created off this double top right here and right here. What seems more important though is this descending trend line right here that was broken. And this is the candle that broke out of it, and it was a little over 100 pips in length. But once we did break the 148 level, we haven't really looked back all too much. We're currently trading at 148.46. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the 148 level. What is still important is this 149.25 level. That was the first retracement that we had at the start of last week, and at the start of this week, it's the first level that we hit and bounced off of. So 149.25. If you're not already in a trade, I would start to look at going long on a break of 149.25. We had a touch of it last week, as well as it's what stopped us this week so far. Looking at the CCI trend line, there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, you do have this one that's got 3 touch points, but that doesn't really show us a whole lot. Looking closer, we can draw this here. So there is still a little bit of room to go down, but the CCI is getting close to testing the trend, and with a daily candle like yesterday's, it's very probable that we may not touch this trend line, and we might just continue bouncing up. So look for the CCIs to start pointing back in the upwards direction, which will probably happen if it goes up and attempts to break this 149.25 level. So that'll be kind of a double confirmation of what's going on. This green trend line right here that I drew, this was a breakout from last week, or early this week, the first 4 to 8 hours of trading. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. We may see a retest down here if the market really is procrastinating, but I highly doubt it. with a candle that looks, the daily candle like yesterday's, having a retest of this trend line would probably bring a lot of the bears back into motion, just because it would probably have a hard time going down 200 pips and then moving up, unless it closed once again near the 149.25 level. So that's kind of reaching in your forecasting perspective. So I'm not looking for a retest of this line. What I am looking at um, is a retest of maybe 147.40, which was the candle after the breakout. Um, so I would buy, if we can get down to 147.40, that would be a great buying opportunity. Otherwise, just above the 148 level, which we've already tested. So if this candle right here is the candle that tested after we broke out, that might be enough to continue the bull trend. So right now I'm looking for a break of 149.25 to continue the trend in a bullish direction up to possibly 154, where I will become bearish again. Look for possible retracements around 150, 150, although we may not see any major retracement off of it. You never know. Just keep an eye out. Consider locking in profit. Dropping down to the 1 hour chart and see if there's anything interesting. Not a whole lot going on. I'll zoom out a little bit. We still have our range that GBP JPY is trading in. Trendline wise, a few hours ago there was this trend line right here. There was 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. We bounced up. This is when we hit 149.25, after which we dropped over 140 pips. We broke this trend line, so this trend line is going to be moved to here. As you can see, we're just kind of playing with, there's no really affirmative direction right now. CCI wise on the 1 hour chart, this is that same break of the trend line I just had. Now we have, there's no real good trend line in either direction. You could draw one from up here. However, when this trend line breaks, it might be up in the 180, 200 area or the extreme levels, so it might not be an optimal time to enter with a bullish trade or a long trade. So pretty much this range is still in effect for GBP JPY. We could still see a bearish rally, although because of yesterday's bullish candle, I'm joining with the bullish trades. So looking for buying opportunities, buying dips, and a break of 149.25 would definitely confirm it, which could lead up to a retest of 154. Today's candle may be bearish and it may end in a very bullish note, so look out for these kind of candles. What I mean by that, or a little example, might be something like over here, where we had a bullish candle and then the following day it started off bearish, but then it finished on a bullish note. And you can see the following day started bearish as well and then finished on a bullish note up here. And then shortly thereafter, it continued the bullish trend up. You see these kind of candles all the time. Here's another example right here. A couple of them over here. This one was severely bearish and then ended on a bullish note right where it opened. So keep an eye on how the daily candle closes, the support and resistance that forms throughout the day, and just be safe with your trading, make logical decisions. Thanks.